Views expressed by Casters Guild members are only the opinions of that member, and that could change from day to day. Guild members may use mature language, but that in no way means they are mature. Listener discretion is advised.
Spiky, strange-colored hair, huge impractical weapons, and girls whose proportions do not make sense. What is about this art form that hails from Japan that captures our hearts and minds? That's the spell we're casting tonight on Casters Guild. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Casters Guild. I'm Rick, your guild master and favorite shoujo protagonist.
Why do you do this to me? I'm your other guild master, Baron 10 Tickles Kane.
And joining us for the first time is a brand new guild member. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Brandon, and I'm your unproportionalized love interest in your favorite anime.
I was wondering why your hair was such a crazy shade of blue.
I know, right? It's like kind of spiky, but like kind of not, and it's really long and flows all down this unproportionalized body.
Right, so tonight we're talking anime, and I know this episode was kind of an inevitability. I mean, like, we start talking about geek culture, and like, you can't skip anime. Anime's huge.
I mean, especially in a lot of cases.
Yeah, especially in body portions. Got that right.
So let's kick this one off the way we usually do most of our podcasts and go with, what's your favorite anime?
Oh god, I'd probably say the one that really got me more into anime, it was Kakegiri on Netflix. It was the Netflix original. Which, found a lot of those are not very interesting, but this one, it was like the icing on top of the cake, and you get some gambling and some, pretty unproportional bodies with that gambling. So it kind of works in conjunction. It's really good.
I will say for Netflix, I mean, yeah, it may be hit or miss, but boy, really, they are doing their best to put some stuff out, aren't they?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've been impressed with a lot of stuff on there. I mean, Cells at Work alone, like I binge watched that from beginning to end. Like, I did not stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I guess if I was going to have to choose a favorite anime right now, I would say.
Which you do?
Huh?
I said, which you do?
Which I do. You do have a gun to my head. I would say, and this is, and I hate that this is one of the ones that I like because it's one of the ones with the really long names. But we're gonna go with The Time I Got Turned Into a Slime. Is that
The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime?
That's it. That's right. That's The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I don't know what it is about that anime, but it's like I'm kind of tired of the anime protagonists that get beat up through the entire season. And then, like, they barely scrape through with a win. It's like, nah, not this guy. He's got it on lock. It's like, there's like even a fight where he's like, no, I'm going to hold back and let you guys do this because you need the win. And it's like, well, they're not going to get it, so I'm going to walk in there and wipe this up. It's great. And he's a slime. And I love slimes. Ever since way back when I was playing, it was called Dragon Warrior for the States, those little slimes that are in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what was it called in Japan? It wasn't Dragon Warrior. It was Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest, I believe. Yeah.
Yep.
I believe that's Akira Toriyama does most of the art for those.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's the same guy who does Dragon Ball? So
Yeah.
Okay, there's your connection. I've gone through a lot of favorite animes over the years. Like, I've been watching anime since Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball were on Toonami. So, I will say my favorite anime. My favorite anime right now would be different than my favorite anime of all time. So I'm gonna go with my favorite anime of all time and say Fooly Cooly.
Yes.
Not super long, kind of short, but like, it's one of those animes that like, you'll catch something different or get something different or find an entirely different meaning every time you watch it. and like you just watch it over and over and over again. It's almost like having a completely different experience every time you watch it.
It is a very chaotic show, but with a linear progression. If that makes any fucking sense at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going with our favorite anime of all time, mine's going to be Sailor Moon. Because it's Sailor Moon. It was one of the first like animes that really, I feel like it captured like the LGBT kind of like essence with Sailor Neptune and Sailor Uranus. Because in the show they were a couple, and it kind of like it melded that together. Also helps that I have a tattoo of Sailor Moon, so kind of just beats it down further. But that one was really one of the first ones that I saw that had that LGBT of its time.
There was a lot of stuff that the American version cut out, I'm sure. But it's still, even for an American anime, it touched on a lot of stuff that, I mean, hell, even when it was out when I was a kid. So, I mean, it touched on a lot of stuff that you would never have thought would have been on a children's cartoon. So, I was pretty amazed by it.
I think that's one of the reasons, honestly, that anime sticks with us so much harder than let's say like American cartoons. And it's something that American cartoons are getting better at this day and age, in my opinion, is that you're tackling real relatable issues. Like, it's not just, oh, hey, I got an anvil dropped on my head, but I'm better 2 seconds later. No, they're tackling, like, what happens with loss? What happens when you've done your best, but you still lose? What happened? It really hits you somewhere that, especially when you're growing up, these are issues that you're dealing with and you don't know how to deal with. And you see these characters go through it and you see how they deal with it and can help you deal with it in a way.
Well, that's another thing, too, that anime really touched on that a lot of American cartoons didn't touch on, and that was, there's exceptions. Please don't at me on this, but fuck.
I will at you.
Yes. Right? Hard storylines. Like continuity, hard storylines. A lot of American cartoons didn't have that. I mean, we had, Transformers and Thundercats and stuff that had a good storyline, but even then, it was still all over the place. At least with like a lot of these animes coming out, we had a progression and character development, and it was really new. And I think that this goes without saying, anime has really influenced our animation culture as a whole. And Netflix is really showing that off right now with the resurgence of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes. Yeah, I did say they were.
I don't think we got those hard storylines in American shows, American animated shows, until like the 90s X-Men cartoon. And even then, like, that obviously took heavy anime influence. Like, they were obviously in art style, in storyline. Now, a lot of the storylines they were going with, they were pulling from the American comic books and, like, honestly, American soap operas. But, like, they obviously took a lot of anime influence from it as well.
Yeah. I mean, you could even argue, like, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I mean, it's more of, like, the American cartoon, but it kind of took the anime storyline to, like, I don't want to say a whole new level, but it was kind of one of those cartoons where the story continued every episode, but they weren't actively following that storyline. Something new was happening every episode, but you knew that it was going in a progression to somewhere else. And then She-Ra, when they came out with that as well, as kind of like a spin-off, it did almost the same exact thing, even connecting back to He-Man. So
I actually went to the theaters to watch that handoff. That was great.
Yeah, like, I mean, spoiler alert, if you didn't know, She-Ra is He-Man's sister. Just put that out there. Just in case some little kids would decide, oh, let's watch He-Man, and then they hear this and they're like, what? He-Man has a sister?
Now here's the question, and it's not anime, but we are on the point to where we're talking about how anime is influencing American animation. With the reboot of She-Ra, have they introduced He-Man at all in that yet?
I don't think so.
I have no idea.
I haven't watched it because I'm kind of like a stickler for the original one, because I watched the first episode of it and I was like, what is this? I was like, this is not She-Ra.
You know what it is, honestly, and it's going to go right into what we're talking about. It is they took She-Ra, then they took all the anime culture that we're being influenced by, and they shoved it in there. So now we have definitely a hard anime of She-Ra now, and we've got like the teen protagonist that has intricate relationships with everybody around her, including the villains, and definitely character development. So, I mean, I'm not saying that American cinema and stuff can't have character development, because sure as hell we can.
Oh yeah.
But animation is not really been known for that over the years, and I think that our love of anime has influenced that to the point that this new She-Ra is our anime.
Yeah, well, and then you could even go with the Carmen Sandiego that they redid, because the original one, it wasn't as anime inspired as what it is now. And I watched like the Carmen Sandiego anime that they did, that Netflix did, and I knew like it was going to be kind of like her backstory and where she was younger and everything, and it really puts into perspective of to what happened. Even though they kind of did reimagine the storyline a little bit, it was really good, and it was one of those like kind of anime inspired ones that I watched, and I was like, this is actually really good, because it brought back a lot of those old memories of where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, and following Carmen Sandiego instead of following the teen investigators that are trying to find her, kind of.
Because I mean, let's face it, that's who we really wanted to be following around.
Yeah, we didn't want to follow around Zach and Ivy, and we wanted to follow Carmen Sandiego.
Look, because like I remember the old computer game. I wasn't chasing her down because I wasn't going to arrest her. We were going to get married, and we were going to go off to like
steal some more shit.
Oh man, right? I'm like an FBI agent trying to track her down and make her the love of my life.
Yes.
We don't want to hear about these fucking kids chasing her.
Yeah, no. We want Carmen Sandiego. We want a love story with her. We want our honeymoon to be stealing a diamond from Paris.
We are stealing from Danny Oceans.
Yes.
That's our honeymoon.
We are creating Oceans 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 before Oceans was even a thing.
Wait, Danny Ocean is our love child.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He decides that he wants to become a thief just like his parents. Little did you know, backstory of Danny Ocean was his parents were thieves. Just the truth.
While we're talking about Carmen Sandiego, I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to put it on recording, an official apology to my wife. So our very first anime convention that we ever went to, it was Otakon. Okay. It was in Baltimore. My wife, I helped her put together an amazing Alucard cosplay from the Hellsing series.
Yes.
And then I completely ruined it because I decided I was going to cosplay Waldo. So anyone who saw us automatically assumed we were trying to be the impossible to find duo, and she was cosplaying Carmen Sandiego.
Oh no!
You ruined that for her.
I did. I had no idea I was ruining it until everybody was like, "Oh, Waldo and Carmen Sandiego," and it's like, "No, I'm Waldo."
I think I've seen you guys in a meme somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
But you think you're cosplaying Alucard, but you're really Carmen Sandiego.
That's funny.
Stores in here.
It was. I considered letting. We ran into a. Oh man, what's the guy's name from Hellsing? The Paladin.
Oh shit.
The guy who's basically using like gardening tools as his weapon.
Don't look at me. I've never seen it.
Jeez, I can't think of his name.
Hello, this is your Guildmaster Rick here with a quick interjection. I was listening to this podcast as I was editing it, and I feel like an idiot. It's Paladin Anderson. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the episode.
But anyway, we ran into somebody cosplaying him, and he, of course, immediately recognized her as Alucard and wanted to take pictures and stuff like that together. They have pictures where, like, she's pointing her guns at him and he's pointing his weapons at her, and like they did like a whole cool thing. And like, I almost wanted to be like, you can walk around with her for a little while. That way she can enjoy her cosplay and like not me ruin it.
This was just another cosplayer?
Yeah, just some random dude we came across, and like just like he saw her from across the like convention hall. It was like Alucard, and it's like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, good. See,
Yeah.
and with anime now, like we see it inspiring the cosplay community.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean, honestly, cosplay. I mean, if you think about it, it kind of really got its start from anime, because when you go to all these cosplay conventions and you go to like anime conventions, I mean, you go to any con, you're gonna see people cosplaying, and you're gonna see your favorite anime character, whether or not you've watched that anime or if you've heard about it. I mean, you're gonna know like, oh, that's an anime cosplayer.
I have friends who have pics of themselves in the 80s, and I'm talking like mid 80s, going and cosplaying as these characters from anime that, you know, they saw like on satellite or some shit, because it definitely wasn't playing on American TV.
Yeah, they stayed up till like 3:00 in the morning to watch that shit.
Right. And it's amazing to me. That is even more amazing to me, because what we have at our disposal now, the internet, we can pause shit. You know, we can look up what other people do. Back then, you didn't have other cosplayers. You didn't have the internet. Sometimes you couldn't even pause that shit. Like Star Wars cosplayers. No, you had to go. You had to watch Star Wars. If you didn't get everything you needed, you had to watch it again. Watch it again. You know what I mean? It's like, good Lord, the dedication. But that's cool though, because we have that technology now, because now people are able to make these intricate, beautiful cosplays.
Yeah. Not to diminish the point of what everything that the anime has done for cosplay, but I do have to point out that in America, it probably started with the Star Trek and Star Wars conventions. Yeah. Just because someone would probably crucify us if we didn't at least mention it. But yeah, I mean, like anime definitely is what made it what it is today. And I don't know how true it is, but like from what I heard, how anime first started coming over to the States was like people had like pen pal programs where they had like Japanese pen pals, and they would trade VHS tapes like through the mail of like, hey, you send me this anime, I'll send you episodes of Dukes of Hazzard, because like they didn't have that over in Japan and they wanted to see it. So
I've heard about Dukes of Hazzard being a big fucking deal overseas.
Yes. Because see, and then that's where they get a lot of the stereotypes of how I believe how Americans are, is because they see Dukes of Hazzard and they're like,
Yeah, but how wrong are they though?
I mean, in the South, not wrong at all. For some of us, it is wrong, but then for most of the South, no. I mean, that's what it is. When you go to my hometown, you see all this stuff. I mean, it's like country as country could probably be, but you know, and I watched Dukes of Hazzard and I'm like,
Yep. I saw that just the other day.
It's like I can actually see someone like this, like, you know, this is not us. This is not us. And then they go back to their hometown, like,
okay, yeah.
Fuck.
No, but that's even with the start of anime. The guy who created anime, if you didn't know, he said that it was a mistake that it was made. He said he felt like that he made a mistake when he made it, because it was so sexualized and
yeah,
because Japan and like overseas over there, sexualizing, like sexualizing, you know, women and then men, you don't see a lot of that over there. It's not very, but if you go over there and you look, you kind of think, they're hypocrites, because most of them are like dressed in Lolita style and everything, which kind of inspires anime, and anime inspires it as well. But he said that it was a mistake, but it sold so well, and a mistake can sell just as good as a success, like something that you meant to do. So I kind of think that's an interesting point of how anime, like we almost didn't have it. Like that's kind of the main thing, is like we almost did not have this huge empire of animated television shows and animated cult, like, because you have cult pictures, you have cult films, and you have cult animes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's almost like an entire piece of history cut out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh yeah, just to think about what we wouldn't have today if we didn't have anime.
Yeah,
That'd be horrible.
Oh, it would be horrible. We wouldn't have like all these anime video games. Like, I mean, Castlevania wouldn't be a thing.
Nope.
Castlevania, Final Fantasy,
Yeah,
Dragon Quest.
And
then you got like the American animation that's been influenced by anime, like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I can't imagine a world without Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh God.
It would, however, be a world without M. Night Shyamalan's last Avatar. So I mean,
the trade-off isn't fair.
No, it's not. It's not.
And I would watch that show. I would watch that movie every day just to make sure that show existed.
Yeah. I think then we have to question, if that didn't happen, would we have the X-Men like animated TV shows, Batman animated TV shows? Would we have all those from the comics if anime and animation didn't kick off?
Hey, we definitely wouldn't have Big Hero 6.
Exactly. We wouldn't have all these animated movies. I mean, Disney probably wouldn't even be a thing.
Pixar definitely wouldn't be.
Yeah.
We probably would have got a lot of those comic book animated TV shows, but they definitely would have been very different.
Yes.
They would have been closer to, let's say, like the stories and like what we could have gotten from them would have been very similar to like the old radio serials, maybe, instead of the awesome stories that we got. Not to say those old radio serials weren't good stories, but like, you take them to a visual medium, and it's obviously the anime inspired things that we got were the better way to go.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But then you also, with anime, I don't know, like, if it's everybody that feels the same way or not. Like, do you ever feel dirty when you watch anime, though?
When I was younger and, like, I wasn't so solidified with who I am now as a person, like, today, yeah. I mean, like, like, when I was younger and, like, I was still figuring out who I was, and I was like, I don't know if I should be watching this, and, like, the fact that also when I was younger, it wasn't okay to be a geek like it is today. So like liking anime was just another thing that made me geeky, which was another thing that made me an outcast. So like sometimes, you'd keep that to yourself. But nowadays, no. I mean, like, definitely not.
Yeah. Like, it's not that when I'm by myself or whenever like I'm at my house, like where I live now, I don't feel dirty then, but when I go home and I want to like watch anime at my parents' house and I'm watching it and it's like in the living room or in the kitchen watching it, and they walk by and of course, they're going to walk by right at the scene. That's like the girl is running and, her like unproportionalized tits are about to fall out of her shirt and all this stuff. And they just walk by and they see it and you're like,
Look, I watch wholesome anime, so I don't know what you mean feel dirty.
100% wholesome anime. Never anything that's got any kind of jiggles in it.
Look,
if it's got jiggles, it's not on his TV.
Look, like there are so many different types of anime, and one anime can have many different types of genres in it. And the one type that I find myself watching a lot, and this is going to sound really bad, and a lot of people aren't going to know what it is, and it's the fan service animes. It's basically, for all the people who don't know,
Ichi and shoujo and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's basically going to be the anime that's gonna get you off. That's gonna make you feel good. It's gonna make you feel good. We'll go with that.
Give you tinglies in your special places.
So is it like Mr. Rogers? Because Mr. Rogers makes me feel good.
Well, just grab it. Just grab it. First fan service girl ever. She was the first person to have an OnlyFans, because you bought the Roger Rabbit movie and you watched it and felt really good about it. But no, like, there's just so many genres now, and a lot of them now are doing the fan service thing to where a lot of guys will watch it. And I get asked all the time, and this is by like close friends, by my boss and everything, like me being gay and me being, not into women, I always get asked by like anybody that I talk to anime about, why do you watch it? What does it do for you?
You're about to confirm something that I believe
Yeah.
wholeheartedly, but go ahead.
Like I can like watch an anime and it has like a female lead, or it has like supporting female characters, they'll be half naked and everything. And I'm like, look, I may not like tits and other areas of a woman, but I can appreciate it. And if big anime titties are life, like anybody's gonna love them, no matter what.
Look, I have yet to meet a gay guy that says that they don't like boobs.
Yeah, I mean, if it's anime titties, yeah, I'm fine. But like,
Right.
I'm not like in person.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they are a turn on. I've never met a gay guy that is turned on by boobs.
Yeah, but you can appreciate them.
Right.
Yeah, like I will appreciate.
Everybody likes boobs.
All right. Not that I don't enjoy conversations about boobs, but just kind of to get it back to anime.
Yeah.
What was your first anime? What's the first anime you remember seeing?
Oh God, Inuyasha.
Akira.
Not even knowing that it's anime, and it comes on at 12 o'clock at night on Cartoon Network on Toonami. Inuyasha. I always tried to figure out what it was, never remembered the name, and then I found it like 4 years later. The name.
Yeah, mine was Akira.
That was the first one for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Got it from Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yeah.
I want to say my first anime was either Dragon Ball Z or Sailor Moon, but like really like thinking about it, like Pokemon was probably actually my first anime. Like it just doesn't usually cross my mind at first because for some reason I don't think of Pokemon when I think of anime, but Pokemon is totally an anime. But yeah, when I was a kid, I remember watching Pokemon, and then Cartoon Network after school had Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z. And I probably discovered all three of those around the same time, just with Pokemon being the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't ever think of Pokemon either as an anime. Like, when I'm thinking of anime to list off, I'm like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, and I'm like, Inuyasha, Akira, and I don't, Pokemon just never pops in my mind. And then somebody's like, what about Pokemon? And I'm like,
You think anime, and your brain automatically wants you to think of the more obscure stuff. You know what I mean? Stuff that's not necessarily been accepted by the mainstream, because that's what anime usually is. And Pokemon's just been so accepted and so integrated into culture that you don't think of it as an anime. You think of it as kind of like its own thing. But no, it definitely is.
Yeah. Yeah, really popular anime though is sports anime.
Oh my God. That just came out of nowhere.
Like, I mean, even thinking about like back, I mean, like sports anime is just like it's hit off. Like, I mean, you have like figure skating, you have like volleyball, soccer. Like,
are we counting cooking competitions as well?
Yes.
Then yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I really like sports animes then.
Yeah.
I think Baron's thinking of a very particular anime.
I think he is too. And we don't need to talk about it because we all know what it is.
But I'm just saying I want to eat their goddamn food, okay?
Look,
I mean, if it does that to you, I want to eat it too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Give me a towel and the food. I should be good to go.
See, and like the anime that you're talking about, it's popular, but like really the one that like with sports anime that really made like a big splash was Yuri on Ice.
Oh yeah.
Like it's so huge and it's so loved, and it came out in 2016, and they haven't made a second season yet. Like, it's been 4 years. Come on, like supposed to be making a movie about it, and I'm like, okay, come on. I need it. I need everything.
Actually,
a lot of the sports anime reminds me of like back in my day, the sports anime that got really popular would have been Initial D. Like, it follows a lot of the same beats that sports anime. Maybe people don't consider racing a sport, but like it follows a lot of the same beats that the sports anime of today does. And Initial D like really took over for a while. I remember I used to go to an arcade and they had an Initial D racing cabinet, and they would print out a card for your character after the first time you played it. and every time you went back to that cabinet, you could put your card in and pick up your progress, and like you could buy new cars, and your cars would be stored on the card, and like you could get like new stuff, and like it was really advanced, and like, you know, it would have to be an anime to get turned into an arcade game that would do something for you like that.
Yes, definitely. Like, I wish they had more of like arcade cabinets like that, because I feel like it would be a hit. I mean, look, you even have Street Fighter. Like, some people, you could consider that an anime if you watch the story. Like, if you don't even fight, if you just watch the cutscenes.
They've made several animes from Street Fighter, actually.
Yes, and a lot of like video games that we see now, you know, they have anime adaptations either before or after. Devil May Cry.
Yep.
Devil May Cry has an anime. Bayonetta has an anime. You know, My Hero Academia went from having an anime to having a video game for it.
Hey, the Street Fighter anime was pretty killer.
Yeah, even Persona.
It depends on which one.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, Persona. Yeah, like I'm still playing Persona 5 Royal. Like I'm almost done. Like I'm working hard on that platinum trophy, and like I found out like just a couple weeks ago that there's a whole Persona 5 animation. Like there's an entire series based on that game. I'm like, well, that's something else I got to do now. Got to go watch that.
Yeah. Like I have played Persona 5 regular, and then I got the Persona 5 Royal, and I have not started it because I'm like, I got to restart 100 hours for the gameplay.
Plus 100 hours, because they add a whole nother palace, a whole nother character. Like they add so much. Like it's ridiculous. But Mona doesn't make you go to bed all the time, so you got more time to do that more stuff. But yeah, so much stuff. Oh, it's ridiculous.
And with the anime for Persona 5, you know, the protagonist has a name now. Like, he didn't have a name in the game. You picked the name. They never said your name. Like, and this one, like, he has a name. I'm pretty sure he talks. Can't remember a lot of it. And I'm like...
in the original game, they just called him the protagonist or Joker. And, like, because of the animation, like, they named him Ren. And so, like, that's, like, his official name now is Ren.
Yeah. I'm like, changing so much stuff.
To be fair, in Persona 5 Royal, the game, you do get to name him again. Like, it's whatever name you want it to be. It's just the animation that he has a name. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's going to be the same thing, same name. And they're not going to say my name. It's going to be fine. But, you know, we see all these video games, they get anime adaptations, and they, you know, follow the game a little bit or follow the story of the game. And, some of them are really good. The Devil May Cry one was really good. I watched that one. It followed a little bit of a different storyline, but it was still Devil May Cry. You still knew that it was Dante.
So let's get a little bit of hate flowing. Is there ever an anime that you've watched that you wish you hadn't, or that you just really didn't like?
Yes. Like, I'm not going to go first. One of you go first.
Oh, why would you do this to me?
Because I've watched a lot. I got to think back.
I know. There's a lot of anime. If I didn't like it, I quit watching it.
Sure. That's true. That makes sense.
So, but then there's a lot of anime where I started, and it was just like, yeah. Like, I had a hard time getting into, oh shit, what's the name of it? Dr. Stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's newer, yeah.
Yeah, I had a hard time getting into that. And really, you know what? Thinking back on it, I'm not a big fan of Akira.
I don't blame you. Like, Akira is a classic, and like a lot of anime fans would like, you know, get on you because you don't like Akira. Akira was great for its time. That and what am I trying to say? You know how I am. I like feel good stuff. And Akira is not a feel good thing. No, just like I didn't really like Fist of the North Star either. Now you know what? I'm gonna judge you a little bit on that one.
No, that's fine. But it's that whole feel good thing.
No, I get it. I'm like that with Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh God, please! I don't want to watch it. I'm not going to watch it.
Have you never seen it?
No.
I wouldn't recommend it for you.
Okay.
Like, there are a lot of people who I would turn around and I'd say, no, you need to go watch Grave of the Fireflies.
Right.
You are not someone I would say you have to watch Grave of the Fireflies. Like, Here is an anime that I will say that will surprise you that I didn't like. So, because those ones kind of make sense, especially if you know me. An anime newer that you would think I would like, but I don't. 7 Deadly Sins.
Understandable.
I'm not a huge fan of it either. My wife is watching 7 Deadly Sins, and she seems to really like it. I catch episodes here and there. I'm not.
I've started and stopped like 3 different times.
Yeah, it's understandable. Like, it's one of those, like, I don't really think it captured my interest. Like, the characters were cool, but I think my main thing with that was I didn't like the story.
Yeah, it had a lot of potential, especially like the story, the possible story that could have been happening. The characters seemed fun. The animation was good.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, they switched up studios a couple times apparently when they were making that one. Apparently the second studio that had their hands on it didn't do very good on it.
No. I've seen some screenshots.
The comparisons, yeah.
Wow.
I think I'll get a lot of hate for this one. I don't like Naruto.
All right. Well, this has been fun. I will catch you guys on the flip.
I've tried on 3 separate occasions to like start it over, especially like, okay, back when I was a young anime fan, I used to walk from my house to the 7-Eleven. It was about a half a block once a week and pick up Shonen Jump because it used to come out. And Shonen Jump was, I forget what they call them, but like this basically had like half of a chapter of like 8 different mangas every week, and like you go back the next week and they'd have the next half a chapter. You go back the next week, next half a chapter. And when I was reading it, they had Dragon Ball Z, Shaman King.
I've been wanting to get into that too. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Love Shaman King. If you want to talk Shaman King, I'll talk Shaman King all day. Shaman King was what made me get Shonen Jump, and why I kept going back for Shonen Jump was for Shaman King alone. They had Desert Punk, a few other ones, but it also had Naruto. And I love Naruto in Shonen Jump. So on 3 separate occasions, I've tried going and watching it dubbed. I've tried going and watching it subbed. I've tried going and watching a different dub that someone was like, oh, that first dub wasn't good. This other dub is better. It's, but I just can't get into it.
And that's cool. It doesn't help that there's so much of it.
Yeah, there's a lot.
God.
It's a commitment.
So much.
Yes. So
it's another reason I've honestly one of my first cosplays ever was Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece, but I gave up on One Piece just because of the sheer amount of content. I was just like, I'm never gonna finish this, ever. So I just was like, I'm done with One Piece. Nope. It's, as far as I'm concerned, this is where One Piece ends, and I will never go past it.
That's it. Everybody dies.
Everybody is dead in Rick's mind in One Piece.
Everybody ate the dead devil fruit, and they all died.
I don't know what that is.
Look, you think you're going to catch a lot of hate for saying Naruto is your favorite.
Man. He's going to be like Dragon Ball.
I thought about it, yeah. No, so one that I cannot get into, and I have reasons for it, and I will explain those reasons after you get your initial shock of what I'm about to say. The thing, I cannot Dragon Ball. I can't.
It's not for everybody.
You mean Dragon Ball, like the original Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball in general.
Okay.
I can't.
So we're talking.
So I was right. I called it.
Yeah.
So we're talking Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball
everything.
Yeah.
I can't, and the main reason why is because when I watch anime, don't get me wrong, I've watched anime that has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons before. I can't do a fight scene that lasts for half the fucking season.
You ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
How many seconds does it take to screw in the light bulb?
Look, 50 million.
No, one, but it takes them half a season.
Yeah. Oh my god. Look.
Okay.
Like.
All right. Okay.
I'll just go. I've made half of the listeners angry because I said Dragon Ball just can't. I just cannot deal with the screaming and the like angry sounds that they make for 10 episodes.
How else are they supposed to power up?
Look.
Okay. Hold on. All right, hold on. Now, here's where I'm gonna do my Rick thing and jump in and defend Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Okay. So, I don't mind that you don't like Dragon Ball. I don't mind that there are people who don't like Dragon Ball. Like, okay, like not everything's for everyone.
Are you being completely honest right now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Look, if they made Dragon Ball that they cut out all the fight, like the 10, 20 episode fight scenes.
I'm not gonna lie, I think they do have that.
They did. It's called Dragon Ball Z Kai, or the original Dragon Ball series, because the original Dragon Ball series is actually based off of the traditional Japanese fable. Yes, Journey to the West, Tale of the Monkey King. So, anyway, when Dragon Ball, the only thing I don't like is when people say I don't like Dragon Ball Z because their fight scenes drag on for like 10 episodes. And because of all the screams. Because it only happened once. And everybody's like, no, it was the entire series. No, it only happened once. It was Goku's fight versus Frieza. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And here's why it happened.
Yeah, but it took 3 seasons. He finally finished that fight in GT.
Look, here's why it happened. And not saying that's forgivable, it shouldn't have happened. And when I say why it happened, I'm not trying to justify that it happened. It should not have happened. They shouldn't have taken that long on that one fight. But like, if you watch everything else with Dragon Ball, the rest of Dragon Ball is not like that. It is that one fight. And the reason it was like that is because up until that point, the manga was running at the same time as the anime. And the anime caught up to the manga. And so basically they didn't know what to do.
Oh, yeah, you're just describing filler episodes right now. And yes, I mean, 100%, yeah. But that's actually one of the big problems that people have with Naruto.
Yeah.
It's filler episodes. Filler episodes are killer. Necessary, but killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if your problem with Dragon Ball is that it has like 10 episode long fight scenes and they scream all the time, go watch the original Dragon Ball or watch Dragon Ball Z Kai because it doesn't have that.
They jumped into that time chamber and it still took them 5 years.
It took a day.
Look, like
it was 2 episodes. And each of those episodes was a year. Like it's like it had the one episode was one day with Vegeta and Trunks, and the next episode was Goku and Gohan. That took no time at all. You shut your mouth. They were 1 episode each.
See, this is why when I say Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I wasn't letting Rick walk away from this one not salty. So
no, like, and I feel like this is also going to be really, I don't think, surprising to a lot of people. Sword Art Online is a lot of people don't like it. For what reason? I don't know. If you don't like it, I would love for you to tell me. But
I like Sword Art Online all the way up until Alfheim.
Don't worry. We'll put your Twitter handle at the end of this.
I do not like Alfheim Online.
Okay, yeah, I don't. Okay, now that I'm thinking back to it, yeah, I didn't really like.
I feel like
and everything, and then it's like, no, you're right.
Yeah,
I feel like the entire anime got real rapey.
Whoa.
Yes, tentacle point.
And the other part about it is like they didn't portray it as a bad thing. Like the rapist was the bad guy, but the other thing is like during the rape scenes, they were given like straight up fan service. They were sexualizing the rape victim, and it's like, no, that's not okay. Don't do that.
Well, that's even when Asuna got caught by the monster things. I mean, that was also very rapey too, and they were very sexualizing it as well. Like I knew, like now that I think back to it, yeah, whenever I watched that one, I wasn't that interested in that one. I think mainly just because it wasn't like Aincrad.
I had to finish it. I watched all of it. Like I didn't want to. I watched all of it just to satisfy the storyline of Asuna and Kirito. But like it was.
But see, then with Sword Art, you get to Sword Art Online 2, and you get the Gungale arc.
Yeah, I never completed it. I mean, like I got so salty about Alfheim, and like I said, I forced myself to finish it just so I could like finish the Kirito Asuna arc.
Yeah,
but like after that, I was like, I don't want to see anything else out of this. Like this is just
you gotta. So Sword Art Online 2 brought it back to its not rapey scene because.
So I was going to say that jokingly, but rapey. There you go.
Yeah, this is. I mean, Gungale was more.
It's got 80% less rapes.
Yes. No. So basically, like with Sword Art Online 2, it has the other arcs and everything, but it has Gungale, which was the game with guns, and it was Sword Art with guns, and I was like, oh. That's really nice. They had like a chick with a badass sniper rifle. Kirito had like a female avatar because he transfers his character. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, please go watch it. So that way you don't get angry. But then after they finish that, they go back to old Aincrad and they remake Aincrad in Alfheim. And they become fairies again. They can fly through Aincrad, like the Ruby Palace. And then you get like a loving scene of, Asuna, you get more of her story. You get like a very touching, very sad, like last part of the arc that will make you cry if you watch it. And then they get the movie. And the movie was really good, Ordinal Scale, which led into the new season they have out now, which was Alicization.
Well, maybe I'll have to go back and watch it. Speaking of which, while we're talking about stuff that we recommend, okay, so I'm a listener, and I'm listening to this podcast, and I'm like, you know what? These guys know what they're talking about when it comes to anime. I wonder what they would recommend for me to watch. What are five must-watches?
Oh, five? Okay.
Yes.
Five?
Okay. You get five must-watches. You're like, go watch these 5 things. And it's okay if ours overlap. Like, it's okay if you're like, well, yeah, I'd say it's okay. I mean, like if you don't want it to overlap, just so you get to say more things. But like, it's okay if they overlap.
I think that we should give people the coverage they need, and we work on not overlapping. But we'll let Brandon go first.
God, okay. So one, obviously, I would say Sword Art because it is a nice story when you get past the rapey scenes in Arc 2.
Skip Alfheim.
Yeah, you can skip Alfheim. You don't really need it. Like, they're going to end up there together and everything. If you want a synopsis, just like, don't listen to this because I'm not going to tell you because there's no point. You can look it up online.
Watch Sword Art Online Abridged for the Alfheim.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Watch that. And then go watch the original one and think, Abridged was a little bit better. So that would probably be one recommendation. Second one, Violet Evergarden by Netflix.
I just heard about that today.
Was really good. It honestly, other than Sword Art making me cry, like it was like a little teary for Sword Art. Violet, one episode, I was bawling. I was legit crying just because it's such a touching story. It's such a great story. And they're continuing with it, which is what I'm really excited about. That is number 2. You should totally go watch that. 3, Kakegiri. If you like gambling, it's a really neat take on gambling. That I would really suggest that. They have 2 seasons of that, and it's really nice. It's in English as well, so I'm very much a dubbed person. Number 4, Akame ga Kill.
Okay.
It's really good. If you haven't watched that, it's really nice the way they do the story, character progression. Don't go if you read the manga for it, you're gonna be angry, but other than that, it's really good. And then, God, 5. It's so difficult. 5 is gonna be like a tie between Kill la Kill and Danganronpa.
I was, you know what, Danganronpa was going to be my honorable mention.
Oh, honorable mention. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
but it was going to be my honorable mention because it's my daughter's favorite anime right
Oh,
now.
I love that anime. I've played the games for it. I've watched all the anime. It's really good. And the murder mystery, I love murder mysteries. I love them.
Yeah, it does pretty well, I think.
Yes, it does really well. So that's my top 5 with a tie. There we go. It's a new thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, who's next?
I guess I could go.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have 4, mostly because I can't remember the name of one of the other ones. So I'm going to go with ReZero.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna warn our viewers right now. I seem to have picked up a taste for people dying in real life and then being reincarnated into some kind of game world.
Oh, it's great.
It's that thing is the best. I don't know why.
Transhumanism for the win.
Fucking love it.
Mm.
Which leads me to the next one. But ReZero is weird. It's like that, but the guy is a piece of shit. Just a piece of shit.
Yes.
And it takes him dying multiple times for him to realize
that he's a piece of shit.
Piece of shit. and it's crazy seeing that arc because you see it and it only takes what, a day? I mean, not really a day, but I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how
it's no Dragon Ball.
Yeah. But it's great. Like I said, I love the arc in it. The next one is, I'm going to say That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I mean, it's my favorite. Again, guy dies, comes back as a slime. I almost made a role-playing game out of this game because I love the whole concept of it.
Oh, it'd be great.
Oh, wouldn't it?
It would be great.
And I'm super excited for season 2, which if, again, listeners, if you're getting into anime right now and you expect a season 2 out of any anime that you're getting, you're a fool.
Yes. Disclaimer, we cannot guarantee that any of these animes that we're going to say are going to have a season 2.
Right. And then another one that I want to recommend, and I can't remember the name.
If you want to see season 2, stop pirating your anime.
Yes, for real.
That's fair. Or buy merch.
Yeah,
buy merch.
Buy a lot of statues and
oh my god, yeah. And I think that's why That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is getting a season 2, because that merch is cute as fuck.
Oh yeah, I have That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime statue.
Yeah, right.
But did I buy it because I really liked the show? No, I bought it because it looked cute. And I liked it.
There are people that don't even watch the show that are buying that merch because the merch is great. They're like, I don't know who this cute girl is with the small boobs, but I'm in it.
Yeah, and she maybe has dragon wings and has slime feet. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm into it. Yep. Oh, what is the name of this anime? Anyway, it's a group of kids that die or something, and they go to a game world. And I don't want to say it's a game world. They go to a fantasy world, and they're all like starting adventurers. And
Rising of the Shield Hero?
No, oh my god, no, but that one too. That one's great.
That is great.
You know what? I'm gonna come back to this anime because I really would like people to watch it. But the only reason why I'm gonna say Rising of the Shield Hero is because I'm pretty sure it's getting a season 2.
It is. It is getting a season 2. It's
the one I'm talking about is not getting a season 2. So
Angel
do it. No. It starts with a G.
Gantz?
No, Gantz is fun too, though.
I have no idea.
I can't think of one.
Grimgar?
Sure.
Yeah, it's Grimgar. It's Grimgar.
Oh,
okay.
Wait,
Grimgar?
Right.
Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash.
Oh.
But, and I will say this, it may not be getting a season 2, but I can almost guarantee you that there's manga out there. And
more than likely. And
just get the manga, please. I mean, the story that they're doing is great. Okay, so anyways, Grimgar, because I love it, but it's not getting a season 2. Now I already forgot the other one. Rise of the Shield Hero, because it's getting a season 2, and it's fucking amazing. And the Fox girl is cute. And
Raftalia.
Right. Yeah, that Fox girl is way cute. But and now I have 2 left. I'm kind of keeping track. I'm gonna go super mainstream here. My Hero Academia.
Yes.
If you didn't say it, I would have.
Yeah, because oh my god, I love shonen shit. I love it.
Boku no Hero Academia.
I mean, really, there's a reason why shit's mainstream.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, like, it has to be good to get popular.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that My Hero Academia is the product of years of Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece, years of all this experience leading up to this one anime, and I think it's just great.
Yeah,
and splash in some classic American superheroes.
Oh, right, it's hitting at the height of our superhero frenzy, and it's great. And then just because I want to, interspecies reviewers.
I haven't seen it. I've heard things.
You should check it out. Interspecies.
I'm not going to say I've heard good things. I'm going to say I've heard things.
It's fine. It's about coming together.
That's high praise, Brett. It's fine.
Hold on, no. It's about coming together.
Okay.
It sure is. Yep.
Yeah. So it's about seeing past our differences.
Okay.
And coming together. It's about accepting people and coming together.
You just keep saying coming together. And...
it gets a little less subtle each time. Like I understand you weren't intending to be subtle from the start, but it gets a little less subtle each time.
Yep. You just keep saying it, and I'm like,
Sometimes it's about taking a potion
and coming together.
No, come on, and becoming a woman and coming together with a hyena woman. Anyways,
God.
What? It's not weird.
No. If you want to wear Darling in the Franxx.
I'm sorry. Did you say Darling in the Franxx?
Yeah. Have you never watched it?
Darling.
Nobody's gonna look it up now.
It's a really good anime. And we'll talk about it after Rick does his stuff.
All right. So, like I said, my favorite anime of all time is Fooly Cooly, so that's going to go at the number one spot. If you have not seen Fooly Cooly, go out and see it. Go buy it, please. Like, it's 2 DVDs long. You can usually find it for super cheap. Go buy it, own it. That way you can watch it like 6 times.
And I think there's a sequel now, isn't there?
Yes, there's a sequel and a spinoff. So, like, if you end up liking it, you can get yourself some more Fooly Cooly goodness. Serial.
Hold on. Can I make one more addition? Just one more thing. Interspecies Reviewers has been kicked off at 2 streaming sites, so you might have a hard time finding it.
So, you know why it's been kicked off?
Is it because it's about coming together?
Yes.
Because it's basically anime and hentai. Let's be real.
No. You don't see one penis in that.
Look, just because you don't see it, don't mean it's not there.
That's fair. There is that one time where the fairy was sitting on it.
There usually aren't penises in lesbian porn either. It's still porn. Just saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
So anywho, so Fooly Cooly, go watch that. Number 2, Serial Experiments Lane. It's not super popular, so like I'd say you might have a hard time finding it.
It's older too.
Oh yeah, but like if you want to explore transhumanism via an anime, Serial Experiments Lane will fuck up your head. Let's see, Azumanga Daioh. It trapped me into learning how to experience grief. Like, I had no idea that's what that anime was about until I was way too far into it. And it hit me in a place I really needed to be hit at the time that I saw it. So, Azumanga Daioh, I would highly recommend. Then I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to say go get yourself the Ghibli collection on Blu-ray or DVD.
If you weren't going to say it, I was.
Yeah. So, like, I understand that's many, many movies. So, like, I'm not naming individual movies.
No, fuck it. You need to watch everything that Ghibli had his fucking hands on. Right now.
Yeah. Yes. But, like, yes, please go watch. I mean, My Neighbor Totoro is the one that everybody says, but, like, they're
Mine is Spirited Away though.
And Spirited Away was distributed by Disney, so of course like that got like huge over in the States.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of really good stuff on there. My favorite one would be Princess Mononoke. So
that's good.
Go ahead and watch those. And then Avatar: The Last Airbender, number 5.
Oh,
and if anybody wants to tell me that's not an anime, they can fight me. I will die on that hill. Just because it's not produced in America and just because it's not produced in Japan does not mean it's not an anime. Sorry.
Look, I am not going to argue that it's not an anime because, I mean, it's a staple in it. But the thing that makes me angry is when people say that. So this is going to cause a lot of controversy.
Hold on, Rick. I'm going to make you use your guild decree.
Okay, yeah. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay, no, I'm not going to make it that specific. Anime does not have to be produced in Japan to be anime. Guild decree.
Guild decree. All right. Sorry, Brittany. Go ahead. It had to happen.
So the thing that makes me angry when people say that shows like Rick and Morty.
That's not an anime.
Like, thank you. That is what makes me angry is when people say that Rick and Morty, like, I mean, people have even said that Robot Chicken was anime, and I'm like, look.
Robot Chicken's not an anime.
It is not anime. There's like a couple more that I can't really think about, but like so many of these, I mean.
I will say, I don't actually think it's an anime, but I do love the oh man, now I can't think of it. Oh, how am I having the hugest brain fart right now?
What's it about? Say what it's about.
King of the Hill. People say King of the Hill is an anime.
No, it is an adult.
I don't think it's an anime, but I am all for the memes that surround King of the Hill as an anime.
Well,
like I love those memes.
Like Family Guy and The Simpsons, I don't consider that anime. I consider it adult cartoons.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Well, this brings up a good point though. We're talking about how we have anime, and I guess even we as people who watch anime will even say Japanese anime, which implies that there's something besides.
I know.
Anime.
We're such big hypocrites.
I tell people. I use the no. I should say I stole this. There's a Russian mangaka, like a manga artist from Russia, who made.
I would hope that a Russian manga artist is from Russia.
Of course. Well, they might be like Russian as far as their heritage, but they might not be from Russia. You know what I mean?
Sir.
But,
touché.
Yeah. So from Russia, I forget what the name of the manga is. My wife would tell you. She was super into it. It might have been Night School. I'm not sure. But like, there's like this little thing at the back of one of the books where like she kind of draws up this thing where she was at a convention. And like she was kind of having a little bit of a discussion with one of the people who came up to her booth and was like, "That's not manga. It's not from Japan. Like you're Russian. You're not Japanese. It's not coming from Japan. It's coming from Russia. It's not manga." And she said, "Just because a pizza is not from Italy doesn't mean it's not a pizza." You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so that's kind of how I feel about it.
Right, and I get that, and we know what makes a pizza. So what makes an anime?
Excuse me, never mind. It's not Night School. It's DramaCon. I've just been handed a volume.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So
she felt it. She was like,
yeah.
Right. Hey.
She felt a disturbance in the force.
Yeah, I feel like someone's being a dumbass in here. What? Oh.
Yeah.
Rick, I'm sorry. She shouldn't have said that about you.
I'm used to it at this point.
Yeah, no, when and I understand because manga is not just from Japan. It's a style of book. It is a style of drawing. It's a style of storytelling.
Right. So, but I mean, is like anything with big eyes and small mouth? Is that an anime now? I mean, what makes an anime?
If it doesn't have half naked girls, unproportionalized bodies, crazy color hair, and weird hairstyles, and then it's not an anime. So
Grave of the Fireflies is not an anime?
Look.
Broad strokes.
Like if it doesn't have one of those aspects, can you really consider it a full-fledged anime? Like, like even with Sailor Moon, you don't have, they're teenagers. So of course they're not going to be as full figured as, maybe like an anime adult woman, but we've also seen teenage anime characters, more fuller, unproportionalized. But with Sailor Moon, they did it kind of the opposite. They weren't half naked from the waist up, they were half naked from the waist down. And, they showed a little bit of their skin, going back to, old school time of don't show your shoulders and don't show your knees because you're going to cause little Billy to be distracted. But then you also have Billy over there reading manga and looking at half naked teenagers and Googling nasty pictures online.
I think actually defining what makes manga and what makes anime, and if it's not from Japan, what makes it an anime or what makes it a manga is something I am not qualified to define. I might sit here and argue that those things are manga and are anime, but if you ask me to give you a direct definition of what makes it manga, what makes it anime, I don't know. And maybe it's just how it makes me feel. You know what I mean? It all comes down, I think, to opinion. I mean, maybe if you think it's not anime or you think it's not manga, maybe I don't have the chops to argue with you about it, but I'm still going to sit here and say that it is,
Yeah.
I think that anime does have a distinct style. And I also think that shows such as Avatar: The Last Airbender, which are quite obviously inspired by that style, including the storytelling aspect of it, I would believe that something like that would be considered anime.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I think Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of those animes that kind of breaks the stereotype of what an anime looks like now, or what an anime, maybe looked like, back then. Because with those characters, you didn't have the half naked, you didn't have unproportionalized. I mean, they actually looked like either monks from, India and everything. They actually kind of looked realistic, even though they didn't really do a lot of realistic things. They did,
Their
they
body
were accurate. Yes.
Even the bending styles were based off of real
Yeah.
martial art styles.
They put a lot of research into that.
They really did. So yeah, and really, I wasn't really bringing that up to give you a hard time. Well, okay, I wasn't.
Sure, yeah.
I wasn't 100% bringing that up.
But you were 100% bringing it up to give a hard time.
But it's a conversation that I think needs to happen every once in a while, because I think a lot of people would get all bent out of shape if you called Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime.
Yeah.
When in fact they're doing everything they can to keep the spirit of the anime intact in that show. So why isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think the best question wouldn't be what makes this an anime. It's what makes it not an anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you say because it didn't happen in Japan, then that's not a great argument.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's when anime started, they started creating all this. A lot of whenever I looked at it was Japan, their film industry they don't have a lot of capital, and they don't have a lot of funds to be able to film all this stuff. And a lot of the anime that you see that comes from Japan isn't even set in Japan. It's set in different parts of the world. It's set in Greece. It's set in America. It's because with anime you can literally put it anywhere. You can put it in on the Greek islands, or you can put it in Italy. You can put it anywhere in the world.
But if it does happen in Japan, it happens in a school.
Yes, that is very true. That is very true. Anytime an anime happens in Japan, they're always school kids. They're always in high school or junior high.
Yep.
That's the only time it's acceptable to have drama in Japan, in their culture. Once you become an adult, you're not allowed to have drama anymore. You're supposed to go to work and use your honorifics and die at your desk.
Yes.
They're not supposed to be drama anymore.
No. But back to Darwin and the Franxx, because I told you I'd tell you about it after Rick did his things. It is a really good anime if you kind of like an apocalyptic kind of scene. Did you? It's
that's my favorite. That's my favorite genre.
Yeah. So basically, what happened? The world ended, kind of, but people still survived. and they built these cities on top of these moving things, and they're called like pods or something. I haven't watched it in a little bit, but people can't have kids anymore, and they basically, spoiler alert,
Like
genetically.
Are they like moving islands in the sand?
So kind of, not really.
Okay.
They can stay planted, and basically they come out with these things, and they're called Franxx, and only children, like teenagers, can pilot them.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be a guy and a girl, and that's basically what it is with it. And there's these monsters that come and attack, and they pilot these Franxx, and they're like mechs. They're basically like a diva mech.
A diva mech?
Yeah, like a diva mech, where like like she's in it and she's like, that's like a video game kind of screen a little bit.
He doesn't play Overwatch, so
I'm not okay.
Sure
okay. But as soon as you said Overwatch, I know what you meant.
Yeah, and basically it's about this one kid, this like boy who cannot pair with any of these women to pilot one of these things. And there's one girl that comes along that's a specialty girl. She's part of these monsters. She can pilot one by herself, but you're not supposed to do that because it's a no-no. And basically, he can pilot with her. She's the only person that he can connect with to pilot. And after 3 rides, she kills her pilot. So it's like it's 22 episodes. They're not going to have a season 2, sadly.
Of course not.
They ended it. Like the way they ended it, it was a great ending. But you would love to see what happened afterwards. But it's definitely worth watching for a 22 episode anime. It's really good.
Totally.
So definitely watch it.
Yep, I got it wrote down. I'm going to check it out.
Yes, totally watch it. Definitely worth it. Viewers, watch it.
Or we'll hunt you down.
Yes, we're going to hunt you down. I'm going to hunt you down and take you out, and going to tie you to a chair and make you watch it.
Make you watch it. Yeah, and then kill you. Wait.
Or kill you. Then
yeah.
Oh, right.
I mean, if you die while watching it, it's not my fault. Just gonna.
If he dies, he dies.
Yes. But back to your thing about the video game animes, where they get sucked into a video game. They die and go to a video game.
Right.
I started watching this one today, actually. The Darwin's game. Basically, it's
I think I've seen something on that.
Yeah, so it's an app on their phone that downloads, and they kind of like Persona a little bit. And they get put into this game, and it's a life or death game. And they get these special sigils that they can use against their opponents. And it's really nice. It's really good. From what I watched so far, it was really interesting because it's set up a lot like, like Fate, like if you've watched the Fate series and all these other video game animes, it's set up a lot like it, and it's really good. Yeah,
I don't know why, but I'm a sucker for that shit.
If you die in the game, you die for real.
Hey, that's what Sword Art gave me. I was like, would I really want a VR headset that would take over my entire body and I could walk around, do whatever I wanted to in a game. But if I died in the game, I'd die in real life. And the answer was yes. I would take that chance.
Because, hell, if you put yourself in the game, do you really have to take risks?
No, but then if they tell me I'm going to die in real life, if I die in the game, then may be a little bit more careful.
There's another one, and she didn't die, but she is playing in a game because apparently in Japan VR is not fucking around.
No. They like, you go put this VR shit on, you gonna deal with consequences.
If Japan made a series like Black Mirror, every episode would have to do with VR.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
I'm having a hard time remembering. I'm gonna get it here. 1 second. Anime. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense.
Buffery. I don't want to get hurt. I love that one. That one's so great.
It really is good, but I fucking hate these animes coming out with a mile-long fucking...
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Who hired Panic at the Disco to run a bunch of anime titles?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh
No,
shit.
but-
Oh, what's the other one? I like this one too.
Oh.
It's is it okay to date girls in a
okay to
dungeon?
date girls
Is it
in-
wrong? Yeah, is it wrong to pick up girls in the? Yeah, that's it. Is it wrong to do?
But what
Is
else?
it wrong
It's
to
got
pick
another
up
name.
girls in a dungeon?
It's got another name.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, see, that's like with the long names. That's like the Fate series. You have like Fate Grand Order, Babylon, like other shit. And that was named you.
Danmachi.
Damn, what the fuck?
That's what it's called.
It's like it's a Japanese name. It's just like
Yeah.
My Hero Academia. My Hero is Boku no Hero Academia. Like it's just
Well, that didn't
Japanese
shorten
name.
it at all.
No, any longer.
No, it didn't. I'm just saying that like that's one that everybody knows. Like everybody's heard
Yeah.
Boku no Hero Academia. You know what I mean? So like it's
Oh.
just the Japanese name of it.
I swear, long ass names. And honestly, is it an anime if it doesn't have a long ass name?
It's definitely not an anime from the 2010s or the 2020s if it doesn't have a
No.
long ass name.
And I mean, honestly, if you see a long name in something, you're gonna be like, it's probably an anime.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then you have like the ones that have weird names. That's like the Infinite Dendrogram. That's like a new one they came out with. Like Fate Grand Order, Absolute Demonic, something long name. Yeah. I mean, even Danganronpa, like Danganronpa 3, the end of Hope's Peak Academy. Like
Ridiculous.
Yes.
So we've already seen that Netflix is hit or miss in it. I won't say they're killing it. They're hit or miss.
They're
it when it comes
trying,
to the
God
anime.
love
They're trying, and they've had a couple
like,
good ones.
There've been a few good ones. Like I said, I really enjoyed Cells at Work. There's a couple other ones that are pretty good on there. Where are you getting your anime these days? Like
That's
what's
a great question.
where's your anime fix coming from?
Feeling it all. I mean, wait, no.
Funimation,
Okay.
a
Yeah.
lot of it, and Hulu.
Hulu has a lot of good anime. on
Hulu
it.
also partnered with Funimation too, so
Yeah.
See, I've got subscriptions to and watch anime on Crunchyroll,
Mhm.
Funimation, Hulu, and Netflix. Now, 2 of those I watch other things on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Cat Planet Cuties is great, by the way. It's wholesome. Very wholesome.
I'll add Amazon Prime to that list.
yes.
Oh, is there? Oh,
Yes.
I have
Prime.
Amazon Prime, but I haven't watched anime on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will look it up.
Look,
Yeah.
one that was really good that I found on Netflix was Black Butler. It's not made by Netflix, but it's a really good one, and it has 3 seasons, and they have like so many movies out. But like you can honestly on Netflix with that as a streaming service. I mean, you can if you find an anime on there, and if you're like me, I love dubbed. So I like to actually do other things while I'm watching anime. So I like to be able to hear it.
Yeah, that kills me because I prefer subtitled. But
Mhm.
fuck me if I try to do anything else while I'm watching.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my thing. And I'm like, well, I like to watch it dubbed. So if I can't find it on Netflix dubbed, I'll be like, okay, I'll go to Funimation. And
That's the reason I hate the whole sub versus dub argument. Like it's like, yeah, I mean, I might prefer subtitled, but like I got shit to do. Okay, so like I can't just sit there. Like if I want to read, I'm gonna go get a book. Like not to say that I don't want to read my anime, but like I put stuff on my TV when I've got other things I need to do.
Yeah.
I can't sit there and stare at it like the whole time.
I'm a grown-ass man that may or may not want to have relations. So I'm going to watch this anime and then listen to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant like talking to people. I realized that as I said relations, that
I mean, it's okay. That's what we all thought. It's fine. We thought you wanted to talk to other people. And,
right.
Nobody misconstrued it.
Yeah, no.
As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm so confident that no one misconstrued it. I'm going to cut out the explanation. I'm just going to leave it. When I edit it, I'm just going to leave it. And you're just saying, looking for relations. Like,
like
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But no, like with the sub versus dub thing, I've had so many people when I tell them, yeah, I mean, I would like to watch dub, and they're like, then you don't watch anime. You that's not how it's supposed to be watched. And I'm like, look, I'm gonna watch it either way. So same thing as, well, you don't go to the theaters to watch movies, so do you really watch movies?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's the whole theater versus waiting for it to come out and watching it at home. Like, you know, and if you have kids, that's different. Like, obviously, you're not going to take your 4-year-old kid to go watch an R-rated movie.
It's a dumb argument either way. I mean, like, you know, don't judge people because they watch it one way or over another. Like, some of us are grown-ass people who got shit to do.
Exactly, and that's why I'm like, well, if you're watching it sub, then that means you ain't got shit to do. And I'm over here doing 5 other things while I'm watching anime.
I will say, when I was a teenager, I only watched subtitled. Like, you know, when I could, like, got home from school and, like, watched anime, like, if subtitle was an option, subtitle was what I was watching.
Yeah, but then again,
I was also watching very different anime when I was a teenager because hormones drove my life when I was a teenager. So I wasn't watching... I wasn't watching Serial Experiments Lane and like, you know, the thinky animes when I was a teenager.
What were you watching when you were a teenager? Just for a friend.
Let's see. Hold on.
I mean, I could answer the genre type. It would be a very soft hentai.
Maburaho, which was about a wizard who couldn't. Like, the anime is about, it's in a world of wizards, but, like, when you're born, you can only cast spells a certain amount of times. But the smaller that number is, the more powerful the magic is. But once you reach 0 on your spell counter, you die.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, like, throughout time, though?
No, that's it. You have a, but, like, the thing is, most people have it in the hundreds or thousands or hundreds of thousands. But, like, there's this one kid, and he's born, and he's only got, like, it's either 3 or 5. I forget. It's some ridiculously small number. Like, that's all he's got.
He is
but, like, there's a legend that, like, he will, like, whatever kid he bears, whatever child he bears, will have all that power and a high spell count. Like, they'll be, like, the next grand wizard to change the world. So the whole anime is actually a harem anime of, like, girls who are trying to get with him to have his kid. So it's very ecchi, it's very fan servicey. There's a lot of boobs in it. Another one was Mouse. Picked up the DVD collection at Best Buy when I was a horny teenager. Mouse is a world-class thief with a harem of women who help him steal things.
How am I not? I've never heard of these before. Like, ever.
I used to work when I was a teenager, like my senior year of high school. I worked at Walmart in the electronics department. So sometimes I'd see anime DVDs come through there, and I'd just pick them up there. And I'd also go to Best Buy from time to time and just peruse the anime section and just, like, pick up stuff that had boobs on it, because I was a teenager and hormones drove my life. So, like, yeah. So I will say both of them actually had, like, the reason I remember those and not, like, the 50 others that I watched is because those two actually have a halfway decent story and are actually pretty good. So, like, if you haven't seen either one of those, I would recommend picking them up.
So my takeaway from this entire conversation is I think I'm still a teenager.
I mean, it's up for question. Like,
yeah,
it's up for debate. No, so one thing that I do wanted to ask is, so I want to talk about the exclamation point in an anime.
That means they see you.
No.
Wait, no.
That's video games, Baron. That's video games.
All right, okay.
No. So there is a thing that goes around with anime, and it's the exclamation point theory of however many exclamation points it has in its name is the level of gayness that it is. Like, the level of homoerotic stuff that you're going to see. So one example is Yuri on Ice. Okay. If you look at the title, it has... Hang on, I'm going to pull this up so I have accurate references.
Yeah. No. We need accuracy here.
Yes, it has 3 exclamation points in it.
Holy shit.
And
that's a level 3 gay.
So, but here's also the thing. Yuri in anime genres is girl on girl. Yuri, if it's a Yuri genre anime, it is a lesbian anime.
Yeah.
This Yuri is the name of the main character that is a guy figure skater who is in love with this famous skater who goes to be his coach.
Okay.
They have so many scenes in that are so gay.
On this theory. It wasn't until very late in life, okay, that I discovered I was not 100% heterosexual, okay? It wasn't until very late in life that I started to identify as pansexual, all right? So when I was young and hormones were driving me, I was not searching out anime like that was not heteronormative.
Yes.
So therefore, my knowledge on, I guess, anime with gay content in it is very low. I've only ever seen one, okay? And I just looked it up just to see if there were any exclamation points, because once you brought the theory in my mind, I think I just like Mandela effect myself, because I think it's got like 2 exclamation points on the end of it. But no, it's got 0. It's got no exclamation points. It's called Gravitation. It's got a pretty good story to it. It's about a boy who falls in love with a male like idol singer, like a pop star.
Yeah.
And it's about their relationship. And I only saw it because it was recommended to me from a friend. And I actually only ever saw one episode of it. I read a bunch of the manga, but I only ever saw one episode of it. But it's very gay. I'll give it that, but it's got no exclamation points. So I will say my only frame of reference does not support your theory. Not saying that it's a bad theory, because like I said, I've only got one point of reference.
Yeah.
So it might be the exception that proves the rule, but like it's got no exclamation points. Very gay.
Yeah. See, and that's why I said it's a theory. And I mean, you even have the Harura. God, I can't ever say that. It's kind of like it's the volleyball one. I mean, it has like 2 or 3, 4 exclamation points in it, and there's not really any like scenes where it's like that. But it's just because of the way that the show is set up. The guys all wear spandex shorts because they're playing volleyball, and they have knee pads on, and they get down on the floor a lot.
So it's not explicitly gay, but it's gay adjacent.
Yeah, it has those themes in it. But Yuri on Ice is 100% a love story. Because he buys him an engagement ring. But they never go into it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. It's great. Thanks. I need more. So, but then there's also Free, and it's about a swimming team.
I just picked that up. I just saw, or not picked it up, I just saw that. I looked up the exclamation point thing.
No, you've Googled the exclamation point theory?
Yeah. They had 3 examples. One of them had 1 exclamation point. One of them had 2 exclamation points. And then the Yuri on Ice had 3 exclamation points.
Yes. It is a thing. Oh my God. And I just found Gravitation on Funimation. Gonna add
that. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, no, that's just like a thing that I've like a theory that like a lot of people have, and like I've noticed it too. But it was just one of those like I needed more clarification on it. So
yeah, it was originally recommended to me because I had a friend who wanted to cosplay one of the characters from Gravitation, and they wanted me to cosplay the other character from Gravitation to go to a convention together. But that never happened. So I've never cosplayed someone from Gravitation.
Well, good to know. I will definitely watch that one. So yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that theory up because it's kind of a thing that I see a lot. See, and then there's one that has, let me count this, 2, 4, 6, has 8 exclamation points in it.
Jesus. Would you like to use your guild decree on the exclamation point theory?
I may, yeah. Guild decree is going to be that any anime with exclamation points ranging from 1 to however many it's going to have is going to have LGBTQ homoerotic scenes in it. So if you do not want that, do not watch exclamation point anime. Even though you will miss out on a lot of good story and a lot of juicy things. So guild decree. There you go.
Nice.
That's one.
Baron, I'd say we're coming up on the end. Do you want to throw out any guild decrees?
I can't think of any. I kind of forced you to use a guild decree. I should almost.
I don't mind it. I mean, like, that's something I would have used it on anyway. I mean, like, to say, like, to be anime, it doesn't have to be from Japan. Is definitely something I stand behind.
How about a guild decree? Everybody in the guild likes Dragon Ball.
Oh, snap.
Look, I cannot agree to that. I will veto your guild decree.
Look, Brandon, one day when the crisis, which is what we're calling it here on the cast, one day when the crisis is over, you can come over and we can watch Dragon Ball Z Kai. And I promise they cut out all of that stuff that you're talking about you don't like. It doesn't have like the episode long screaming and powering up. It's very good. And the number one reason you need to watch Dragon Ball Z Kai is so you can watch the second best abridged series.
Oh God!
Because the best abridged series out there, in my opinion, is Sword Art Online Abridged. It's hilarious.
Yes.
Do yourself a favor, watch Sword Art Online up to Alfheim. You don't have to watch Alfheim. Then watch the abridged because it's really fucking good.
Like, honestly, if you're thinking about getting into anime and you're like, I don't know if I want to watch, like, if I don't know if I'd like it, go watch the abridged, anything, and then you will be like, holy shit, now I gotta watch the original so I can see how it's different. And that's
you won't get a lot of the jokes if you don't watch the original.
Yes.
And then Dragon Ball Z Abridged is well, first of all, it was one of the first ones by Team 4-Star, the first one to get actually like really popular. And the jokes are amazing. I love that abridged series. I probably watched it through twice. So I might have watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged more than I've watched Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, hands down, watch Sword Art Online Abridged a whole lot more than I've probably watched the original anime.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to use I don't think I need to use a guild decree this time around.
Okay, all right. This is the second time you haven't used one. You're reserved on them guild decrees, aren't you?
I'm building them up. I'm going to use like 5 in one episode.
Just bam. Just back. You're going to pull out a list and be like, number 1.
It's like, that's why you wanted this episode specifically. Great. Okay.
We're gonna wait until you have 2 hours worth of them, and we're gonna have the guild decree episode.
Yeah.
I wanted an episode specifically on the Clash of the Titans movies.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, you got Greek gods. You have, sometimes a handsome person playing the protagonist.
You're not going to get me started on this one.
Look, I love Greek. I love Greek gods. I love Greek culture, and I wish they would make an anime of Greek culture.
They are. No, they are. I can't remember what it is right off the top of my head, but I will get word to Rick, and he will get word to you, or if we exchange info at some point, then I can just get it straight to you. But I'm pretty sure they are doing a Greek myth anime. Oh, not Anubis. I don't know why that one.
It's arguable. It's arguable that Saint Seiya could be considered like a Greek myth.
I thought there was going to be like a new one. Is I guess what I'm saying.
Well, see, the new Fate series, the one that they're doing now, is set in Mesopotamia, set in Babylon.
Wait,
and it has a Fate like, Grand Order. The absolute demonic front. It's set in Babylonia in Mesopotamian time. And it has a lot of those gods that have just been taken, like Ishtar, Tenochtitlan's god. I can't remember her name.
There it is. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
It is called Gods and Heroes, and it's going to be coming out on Netflix.
Ooh, Gods and Heroes.
Is it a Netflix original?
Well, it says Netflix orders Greek mythology anime series, so it could be.
Yeah, that would be. If they're ordering it, then yeah, it's a Netflix original.
It'll be 8 episodes.
Nice. I will definitely be checking that out.
Yeah.
Watch some animes, kids.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess that's gonna be my cap on this is going to be get out there and watch some anime, but do it in a way that will get us a fucking second season. Get some streaming services. Make sure that you rate these animes on these streaming services. Buy some merch. Why? Because merch is awesome. Get me a full-size pillow with a cute ninja girl on it. That'd be great. I have a PO box. I can send it. You can send it there. It won't fit, but it'll be great. That's what she said. But no, she never said that. Okay, back to you, Rick.
All right, thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Casters Guild. Check us out every Monday on Spotify. We're also streaming live every Sunday on Twitch.
Except last Sunday.
Send us an email at castersguild@gmail.com. If you have any questions or you have ideas for the podcast, if you have a question and we like it, doesn't matter what episode it's for, we'll read it and answer it on the air.
You know what? In fact, I challenge you to give us a good idea. Not because we're running out of ideas, but because I don't think you can do it. God, I hope they fall for
that. All right. We'll see you next time. Everybody, bye.
Bye, 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 bye. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.
We'll see you next time.
Go.
Bye.
Bye.
You're still here? Go home.